I'm glad you're expecting me and I had the right spot.
Yeah, I was stuck outside. It's so bright out there. It's hard to see.
Yeah.
We just got here last night, so.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if I'm even doing this right. I think I have to add water. He's so skittish. Yeah, he was like that in our last hotel, like just hearing all the different noises. He's not as curious and adventurous as his brother, but every time we go to a new spot, he's like just meows and meows and meows. Yeah, like he doesn't know how to like handle it. It's chaotic. I mean, I literally can't even walk in my house without getting violently ill.
Where do you feel like home is right now?
I feel like we don't have one. I feel like we're homeless, and I feel like there's other people in town that feel the same way. Like, and it's hard too because it's like, where is safe? I actually lived in East Palestine in high school, and then I moved away, and then we just moved back at the end of this summer. And you know, there's a lot of like people I had grown up with that still have their kids there, and they're all living there. So like I knew like kind of where like what I was getting into going into there. So I thought it was not what it turned out to be now.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is just a picture, but this is outside of our front house. This is 10 o'clock, it looks like. The road was blocked off. We couldn't really get in front of it, but you can see that it's a pretty long fire. And then at that point, we had no idea what was on the train. None whatsoever. Like we had at one point 50 different fire departments in our little tiny town. So we were like, there's clearly something bigger happening here. My son, he loves vehicles. He loves police. He loves firemen, fire trucks, all that stuff. So he kept saying like, this is cool, but it's scary. And he was setting up all his fire trucks and reenacting it and stuff. But he wasn't sick. So I didn't go to sleep. I sent my son to bed. And I didn't go to sleep. I had been up the whole time, and around 3:30 in the morning, I started smelling it in my house. I didn't know I was smelling it at first. I thought I was losing my mind because honestly, it's fucked up because it's very subtle. And now, like when I smell it, I know because like I will never forget the smell. My eyes started burning, my throat started burning. I started getting nauseous, and like I was starting to freak out. And then within 5 or 10 minutes of me smelling this and this all happening, my son wakes up out of a dead sleep at 3:30 in the morning. So I like get up, I run to his room, and like I push the door open, and like, at this point I'm like shocked because I feel that thickness in the air, and that smell was so strong in his room that I like hesitated for a minute, like. And so I walked in there, and he's violently shaking, projectile puking, saying I can't breathe, water, I need water. So I said we got to get out of here, like right now. We left, and we just went to the closest hotel, which would have been Microtel in Chippewa. A few days later, when they did the control burn, I went over to my son's grandmother's a couple streets over, and I step out the door, look to my left, is this black cloud of just like literally looks like a storm, like a dust cloud, a dust storm. Black cloud moving sideways, blocking the whole street, and I was just like, so I like came in, I told her, his grandmother, and I said, I think you need to see this. I think we need to leave. And she walked out, her face just went white because she's got all kinds of health issues and lung problems and everything too. And she's like, yeah. So that's at that point we evacuated. So yeah, we went to Cranberry at that point, and then I just couldn't take being in a hotel anymore with the cats and the kid, and it was just we gotta do something. So that's why we ended up here. I'm just trying to like absorb so much information. I've made so many phone calls, just calling like the toxicologists with CTEC and talking to the EPA, calling all these different places and just trying to jot down as much information as I can, or at any meetings, or if I have questions while watching it. It's been so crazy trying to like organize it because everything I have this notebook's pretty much already full already. It's a lot to process, especially in a short amount of time, and like trying to stay sane on top of it. But it's like it's hard to like take a break from it too and step back from it when there's like no closure, there's no like answers. It's hard to be able to shut the door on that. I don't know how to approach that. I like to think everything could just be rebuilt and everything would just go on fine. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't know how to get to that point with losing faith in some of these people. So it is very uprooting in a lot of ways, more than just physically, because now I have this like distrust based on how this has played out. they're going to just hope we forget about it and hope we just go on with life like it's normal. And when, 15 years from now, we have all these health conditions, they're going to be saying like, oh, that, prove it was us. How can I not think about it whenever I have to find a new home? Because if I don't, I'll be living on the street. I don't see any way to not pursue it and still be able to live a normal life. Now it's the time to get answers. Now it's the time to, prevent more people from getting sick or dying. And it's very mind-boggling. I could never have imagined that it would be anything like this when it first happened. Just because, I've never been involved in anything like this before, and it does change you, and it does change your perspectives permanently. And in a way, that's a really good thing for some of us, because people are realizing this isn't a bipartisan issue. This is a human life issue. I mean, we're at a point, especially with global climate change, we're at a turning point. We're either gonna make or break everything. But at this point, I feel like this is a super big wake-up call for everyone to be like, hey, maybe we can reevaluate everything that we've been doing up until this point and realize where our priorities need to be able to continue as a species. So, I mean, I'm glad that it's shaking people out of their sleepy little, I don't know, concepts of reality. I mean, it's very much a rough wake up call, though, to say the least.